an emergency custody battle, suicide threats, and leaked text messages. No, this isn't the plot of a messy drama. It's real life between rapper DDG and singer Halle Bailey. Once celebrated as a young power couple, they're now at the center of a deeply disturbing legal war, and the details will leave you speechless. But behind the headlines is a darker truth, one that may forever change how fans view both of them. It started with a sudden legal filing. DDG submitted an emergency motion to block Halle Bailey from taking their infant son, Halo, out of the country. His claim? That Halle poses an emotional and psychological risk to the child. According to court documents filed just days before her planned trip to Italy, DDG feared she might not return, and worse, he wasn't convinced she was stable enough to be alone with their son overseas. But this wasn't just about a vacation. It was about custody, safety, and a crumbling relationship unraveling in public. The planned trip to Italy was supposed to be innocent, maybe even healing, but to DDG, it looked like a red flag. He told the court that Halle had made arrangements to travel internationally without his knowledge, and he feared she was trying to flee with their child permanently. With custody unresolved and tempers high, this wasn't just about parenting. It was about power. The most chilling part? DDG claimed that while pregnant, Halle once took his firearm and left the house without a word. When he found her outside, she was just standing there, holding the weapon. No context, no explanation, just silence and a loaded gun. He included the incident in his emergency court filing, arguing that it wasn't just erratic, it was dangerous. But nothing could prepare the public for what came next. Text messages between the two, leaked by DDG's team, painted a chaotic picture of emotional distress. In one 2024 exchange, Halle tells him she's going to end her life. She misspells words. She types frantically. She says her son won't be around for it. She begs. She accuses. And she breaks. "I just found out you slept with LA in Mexico," she wrote. "I'm going to kill myself tonight. My son will not be around for it. I hate you forever." These weren't just angry texts. They were a cry for help from someone who felt like their world was collapsing. In court, DDG dropped another bombshell. He claims Halle tried to terminate her pregnancy without telling him. She allegedly scheduled the procedure secretly, only to later change her mind. The emotional roller coaster, according to DDG, didn't stop there. Just months after Halo was born, he says Halle sent more alarming messages, this time suggesting that both she and the child might not be safe. Whether she meant it literally or was spiraling emotionally, no one knows for sure. But to DDG, it was proof she couldn't be trusted alone with their son. Public sympathy leaned toward Halle when months earlier she accused DDG of slamming her face into a steering wheel and chipping her tooth. But now, the narrative flipped. He says the incident didn't happen the way she described. He claimed she became aggressive when he asked to formalize their co-parenting plan. She allegedly jumped into his car, started hitting him, and accidentally caused her own injuries when she lunged forward. He posted photos of cuts on his hand, saying he was the one being abused. That's when the internet broke into two sides, Team DDG and Team Halle. What followed was a digital tug-of-war. DDG's camp released screenshots of texts, audio clips, and timeline breakdowns. Some showed Halle begging for help. Others showed DDG responding coldly, even sarcastically. In one moment, Halle tells him she has a knife. "I'm calling for help," she texts. His reply, "Have a knife for what?" Critics say it was detached, clinical, cold. And for many, that calm response was more alarming than the panic itself. text messages from 2022 show a very different Halle, more coherent, more confident, and less emotionally erratic. But by 2024, her messages are filled with despair, paranoia, and suicidal thoughts. One message read, "You have ruined me and all my happiness. You hung up on me when I was begging for help. When I die, don't say anything. Don't come to my funeral. Be happy. These are the last texts you'll get from me." Some called it emotional manipulation. Others called it evidence of a mental health crisis fueled by narcissistic abuse. Was Hal spiraling on her own, or was she reacting to long-term emotional trauma? That's the question the public is now asking. DDG's critics say his calm demeanor, refusal to show concern, and insistence on control scream classic narcissist behavior. Halle's supporters argue she was isolated, gaslit, and slowly broken down over time. But DDG's fans see it differently, and they argue he was patient, methodical, and repeatedly pushed to his limits by someone who refused to take accountability. No one really knows the truth. But one thing is clear. This isn't just a celebrity breakup. It's a full-on public meltdown, and both of them are bleeding receipts. So now the question falls to you. Was Halle Bailey an emotionally unstable partner lashing out in desperation? Or was she pushed to her breaking point by a manipulative narcissist who knew exactly how to hide the damage? Is DDG the calm protector of his child, or a master gaslighter twisting reality in his favor? Let us know what you think. This story is still unfolding, and the next chapter could flip everything again. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, don't forget to hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next twist. Because in this story, nothing is what it seems.